Hello, my little learners. Today for fine motor skills practice, you are going to get to play around with some sewing. So fun, huh? I like to get this fine motor skill practice out for letter S and for letter Q, since letter Q we talk about quilting, and in order to quilt, you have to sew. And sewing is so good for our fingers. Our fine motor skills help us practice and get really strong fingers. Now, you can practice sewing with something that's called lacing cards. They have dots in them. A lot of times they have like a very nice picture. And you can practice pulling the string out, or you can practice putting the string in, and up and down and up and down and up and down. And as we practice that, it helps our fine motor skills to get more accurate, helps our fingers to get stronger. It's a little tricky for some of us, and that's okay. We always try to do our best, and we can always ask for help. We can take some big, deep breaths if we get a little bit frustrated or confused, right? But we also don't have to give up, huh? Okay, look at that cute lamb, that sheep. You can do lacing cards to help you practice sewing. Another thing that I like to do is I have purchased for the preschool lots of these plastic needles. I just got these off of Amazon, and they come in lots of different colors, and they are great for little learners who are going to be sewing. And I love how the eye hole is huge, and this point here, unless you're like really hard, is not going to make you bleed. In fact, I'm not sure if you could get it to make you bleed, but you could probably get it to hurt. So I usually use yarn, since we can get a nice piece of yarn through here. And one of my favorite things, that right there is kind of tricky, huh? One of my favorite things to sew is a leaf. You can just cut a leaf out of green paper, or I really enjoy doing real leaves too. I've taken a hole punch here and made some holes so I can practice going up. And the first time's a little tricky because you have to pull it pretty far, and then I go down and I have to pull it, and I go back in and I have to pull it. You can keep this really simple like I did and just do a straight line, or you can get a little more complex and you can do holes in lots of different areas to allow you to maybe do some crisscrosses and different designs that way. In fact, I think I'm going to do a crisscross anyway. So have fun sewing. Of course, another option would be to ask a grown-up to help you quilt or sew something. That can be so fun. A great place to start is pillowcases. Another fun thing to sew can be some basic embroidery, maybe on a handkerchief. Ooh, I'm loving our leaf. And the main point is to practice these pinching skills and the eye-hand coordination of going up and down and up and down in these holes. Over here, I took a stronger needle and I went through some pom-poms to make it look like my caterpillar was attached. And you can actually go ahead and do it with these plastic needles if you have these at home. So, if you want to do a real needle, please ask a grown-up to help you, and if they feel comfortable letting you. And otherwise, I recommend these nice plastic needles, and that you have so much fun practicing sewing and quilting today. Mwah! I love ya.